Thank you for stopping by. So, a little bit about me. I'm an intuitive healer, and it's really interesting to talk about yourself. Let me just say that right now. And what you see is what you get. I've been able to see and feel energy from my earliest memories, and I've been able to hear bodies talk since I was about 6, and my empathic abilities developed by the time I was 15. And I find it very interesting that my Irish grandmother read palms and her mother read tea leaves, so I think it's something that runs in the family. I have had the opportunity to study a lot of different modalities, which has been a great way to build my toolbox and my skill sets, and I've just combined it with the natural abilities that I found that I had many years ago. So how this all started was I began a healing journey when I was probably about 28 or 29 and knew that I was standing on the crossroads and it was time for me to make a choice. And I chose healing, which meant for me at that particular time, everything that I knew up until that point in my life was pretty much stripped away. If any of you have ever experienced a dark night of the soul and done some shadow work, that was the start of my journey at that particular point in time. And then fast forward a few years, and I actually met a gentleman who facilitated in Kalos, which is a form of emotional release work. And he facilitated for me twice and saw some potential in me, hired me and trained me. And from there, I actually developed my own form of emotional release work energetically based on the things that I had learned from him. And then in the meantime, I had the opportunity to study theta healing, and I was mentored and ultimately befriended by a shaman. And she passed away a few years ago. However, she was a great influence in my life for many years. And then, I'm also a licensed esthetician and an Ayurveda Institute graduate. So my background is actually in Ayurveda. I do use the doshas to identify skin types and correct imbalances. I also worked in the green beauty industry for almost a year and a half, which was a wonderful learning experience and a great opportunity, and I met some really, really wonderful people. So at this point, I would actually like to say thank you to all of the people who supported me and who've encouraged me, and someone I did not mention, however, this person has been just a wonderful guide and influence in my life, is my Tantra teacher. And she stood for me and she loved me as I was learning to love myself. So I have had so many wonderful, lovely, supportive people who've helped me to get to this point. So to them, I say thank you. And I'm finally doing it. So thank you very much. Thank you again. For those of you who are watching and are meeting me for the very first time, thank you for being here. It's my intention to share with you things that I've learned on my life's journey of healing, and knowing that you reach a point where you get it. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You don't need fixing. You're healed enough, and it's time to step up. So that's what I'm doing here. And then I've had a lot of years of practicing self-care and being very aware of nutrition and the impact of all of these things on the energy system of the body. So I plan to share all of these things with you, and I hope that those who need to find me may find me, and that I speak the words that need to be spoken, and that you hear what you need to hear. Thank you so much, and I recognize the divinity in you.